What is going on, everybody? Fluxo here, and welcome to this week's video where we're going to be taking a slight diversion from Typhon Industries and covering something that I get asked on a regular basis, which is how we use signs to take our builds to another level. If you're a regular viewer of my content, then you would have noticed by now that I use signs for pretty much everything I can do, whether that be for simply labeling a factory or using signs as lights to give character to a build. There really is no limit to what you can do with signs. All you need is just a few simple tips that I'll give you this video, and hopefully then you can make signs that'll really shine for your builds. Just before I get into this one, I just want to quickly thank you all for hitting 6,000 subscribers. That is literally 1,000 of you that have subscribed in the last month alone, which takes us even closer to our 10k goal by the end of this year. If you do find this video helpful, let me know via the likes, the comments, or maybe even consider subscribing if you're not yet already. That aside, let's get into the video. Okay, so I wanted to start off with the large text and symbols, as I feel like I get asked these questions above all else. I completely understand why this is confusing to do, as it isn't made clear at first glance. When you've placed your sign, all you need to do is access the settings. From there, locate the Layouts tab at the bottom of the settings. Then you want to scroll right down to the bottom of the layouts until you see the layout with the number 10 on it. Once the layout is selected, you want to click on the bottom tab to go back to the element settings. From there, you will see that number 10 is in the text box. Once you delete that number and replace it with text, you will see that your text is on a large scale and fills up the majority of the sign. You will find that when it comes to larger text, you can fit about roughly 4 capital letters within the box. You can replicate this on a small billboard and still find that you can only fit about roughly 4 capital letters within a box. Any signs below this scale will restrict more and more, so just be wary of that when you plan out your signs. I use larger text to bring out the signs for my factories, as it's really clear and can be seen from a distance. Okay, so inputting symbols is probably one of the most fun parts of sign creation, and it's really simple to do. I've left a link to the website that I use to find my symbols, but you can use any website you like. Also, the character map will work all the same. Once you've copied the symbol that you want to use, open your sign settings, locate the text box, right click and paste, or Ctrl V will work as well. And as simply as that, the desired symbol that you chose will just be pasted straight into your sign. This will work across any sign you would like it to, as long as you are pasting it into the text box. The only drawback to using symbols is that not all symbols will work. If a symbol will not work, then it will just show a diamond shape with a question mark inside. My advice would be to keep a log of symbols that do work, as it does make it a lot easier when you come to building signs and future reference. I use symbols and characters in nearly all of my signs. In my opinion, this opens a whole other avenue for creativity within your builds. Okay, so with angling your signs, what you want to do first is take your painted beam. Ensure that your painted beam is in freeform mode, and then lay your beam across the angle that you want to mirror. From there, take your sign and place it onto the beam. You will find that once your sign is placed, you can attach another sign to either side to continue the angle until you are happy with it. Usually I find using animated backgrounds on angled sign works really well. Once you are happy with your placement, you can remove the painted beam. By following this process using painted beams, you can pretty much get any angle you want to. For example, I use this method to attach my sign work to the ceiling, or even encase them into the ground. Using signs in this way can really extend your creativity with building. I mainly use this method to attach signs to ceilings or floors to give my builds a lot more character. To rotate your signs, first you want to place the foundation behind the foundation you want to attach the sign to. From there, remove the foundation you're attaching the sign to. After that, you want to select your concrete pillars and place them down in alignment with the foundation you placed behind. Once you have selected the sign that you want to rotate at the end of a pillar, hold Ctrl and using the mouse wheel rotate the sign. This will now allow you to rotate the sign a full 360 degrees until you are happy with the placement. If the sign is placed at a 90-degree angle, you will be able to continue that angle by attaching signs to either side. Let's repeat that process on the other side. When you are happy with the placement of your signs, remove the pillars and add your foundation or wall back in. I mainly use this technique to vertically place sign lighting. With sign stacking, everything is pretty much straightforward. Once you've placed a sign, then choose whatever sign you'd like to fit inside. After choosing your sign, level it up on top where you would like the sign to sit. From there, match up another sign and place it inside the sign itself. Once you remove the sign on top, you will be left with the sign or signs you have placed inside the larger sign you placed first. I usually fill the background sign with colour or animation, and the inner signs with pictures or information I want the overall sign to express. The great thing about sign stacking is that it removes any limitations to what you place or where you place it on your sign. I mainly use sign stacking a lot when I'm placing my signs around my builds that contain more than one piece of information. Lastly, I wanted to very quickly cover sign lighting. With the announcement of Luma lighting changes coming into update 8, I feel like there is no better time for you guys to start using signs to give character to your builds. By simply making a sign completely bare and turning up the emission strength, you can turn signs into lighting strips and give your builds more depth and character. So there you have it, guys. I hope this video helped you all when it comes to getting creative with signs throughout your worlds. By all means, join our Discord and share what signs you have come up with using these techniques. If you have any further questions regarding these signs or anything in that matter, drop them in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed this video and found it helpful, drop a like or maybe consider subscribing. Finally, I will leave you guys with some shots of signs that I've finished in my worlds to hopefully give you guys some inspiration to get started. But as for myself, I'll catch you all in the Discord.